The holidays can mean a time for indulging in some of our favorite holiday dishes, but that does not mean you have to get off track of healthy eating habits. Allie Hatley is here. She's a health coach with ThedaCare. You are going to talk us through some favorite holiday recipes that people sent in to us, and you're going to modify them with some healthier ingredients, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
perfect.
You do not have to choose between your health goals and having a really delicious holiday meal. So we have a few options here. We're going to start with gravy, kind of a classic holiday dish. Our main goal with gravy is just to reduce that saturated fat. Saturated fat can increase our LDLs, which is our bad cholesterol, putting us at greater risk for heart disease and stroke. You can use turkey stock. That will help reduce the fat, but a lot of people like to use the turkey drippings in order to make the gravy. So you can do that and still kind of get some of that fat out of there. One way you can do that is through this fat separator cup. If you have one of these, this is a great option. How it works is you basically just pour the drippings right into that. Almost immediately, the fat starts rising to the top of the cup, and you'll notice that the spout is at the bottom, so then you just pour out the rest, not including that saturated fat.
So smart. So what if somebody may not have one of those kinds of cups?
Yes, if you don't have one of these cups, all you have to do is put those turkey drippings into a bowl or some kind of a container, throw several ice cubes in there with it, put it in the freezer for about 10 minutes. Once you take it out of the freezer, you'll notice that that fat had solidified and you can just scoop it right out.
Oh, good options. Okay, now we have some, looks like mashed potato options.
Yes, so whether you choose mashed potatoes or cauliflower, both are very, very healthy options. One of our main focuses with this one is reducing the saturated fat. A lot of times we're using butter in order to add some flavor and add some fat to those. So we're gonna just be replacing that butter and that saturated fat with extra virgin olive oil. And by doing that, we can help reduce LDLs and put us at less risk for heart disease or stroke. Some people might be asking, like, well, what should I choose? Potatoes, cauliflower, which one's healthier? Both are very healthy. However, if you are trying to maybe lose weight, or if you are pre-diabetic or diabetic, cauliflower may be a better option. It is lighter in calories and lighter in carbohydrates than the potato.
Okay.
So we also have some plain non-fat Greek yogurt here. That's a great option in order to incorporate that creaminess into whichever dish you want, whether it's potatoes or the cauliflower, so that we can kind of replace the creaminess from the butter.
And you still get that favorite feel, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. The next dish we have here looks like stuffing.
Yes.
Okay, how do you make this a healthier option?
All you're doing is swapping the other bread that you might be using with a whole wheat option. What's great about using a whole wheat bread for this is we're increasing that fiber content. Anytime we can increase fiber in our diet, it's just a win-win. So it's going to help with weight control in that fiber helps us feel fuller longer. It also helps decrease that LDL, which decreases our heart disease risk and our stroke risk. And it's also a little bit more pre-diabetic, diabetic friendly in that when we have fiber, it helps us control our blood sugar a little bit easier. So this recipe also incorporates cranberries, which adds a lot of extra flavor to it, and makes this kind of a great option if you're looking for a vegetarian or vegan option.
That's what I was going to ask. So vegetarian, vegan friendly.
Yep, there is no animal products in that recipe.
Okay, a really great one to try. Okay, saving our dessert for last here. One of the favorites, pumpkin pie.
Yep.
How do you make pumpkin pie healthier?
So pumpkin pie, there's a couple of different things that you can do to make pumpkin pie healthier. You can either use the crust, or if you want to make it a little bit healthier, you can do a crustless pie. The other thing you can do though is replace cane sugar with pure maple syrup. The reason you may want to replace it with pure maple syrup is pure maple syrup does have some antioxidants in it, which helps us fight free radicals, but pure maple syrup is also sweeter than cane sugar, so you don't have to use quite as much of it. So if you are trying to reduce the calories in a dessert, and also if you're, have a goal of maybe reducing the added sugar in your diet, this may be a great option because you don't have to use quite as much. I still want to preface it by saying that there is still some sugar in it. It's still pretty low in fiber, so you still want to enjoy this dessert in moderation. But I always say with desserts, pick your dessert, take your time with it, savor that flavor, and really enjoy it. So
Okay, these are all really good options and seem to be easy swaps.
yes, yep. Just
Awesome.
little tweaks to classic recipes.
Thank you so much for sharing these wonderful recipes with us.
Thanks for having me.
And if you would like to see any of these recipes, we have those on ThedaCare.org. You can visit the Life Inspired Hub.